Hello, in this video we'll talk about a new chapter, States of Matter. If you want to check out about alkali metals, go to the S block alkali metals playlist. So let's start with states of matter. So matter is anything which occupies space, which has mass and can be perceived by our senses. If any substance that is around us can satisfy these three criteria. First is occupying space, second is having mass, and third is perceived by our senses. Such substance we call it as matter. And everything that cannot satisfy these three criteria come under non-matter, that is energy. So we have in the whole universe, the all the things are classified into matter and energy. Now in this chapter we're going to learn about matter. Matter, the main physical classification is done based on the physical state of the substance. So we have mainly three, that is solid, liquid and gas. We have the fourth and fifth states of matter also. They are plasma state and Bose-Einstein condensate state. Plasma state is occurs at very high temperatures, and Bose-Einstein condensate state occurs at very low temperatures. So at room temperature, at reasonably high temperatures, we can see only solid, liquid, gas physical state. Now in this particular chapter, we're going to learn mainly about gases and liquids. So what are the characteristics of gases? Gases have neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. They occupy all the space that is available. They do not have a shape, they do not have a proper volume. And volume of the gas will always be equal to the volume of the container in which they are stored. And gases do not have any boundaries. And gases can undergo the most important property called expansion or compression. They can be expanded or compressed. The most important factor or the characteristic of gases is they have very low intermolecular spaces, sorry, intermolecular forces, and they have very high intermolecular spaces. Spaces and forces are inversely proportional to each other. If the space particles have large space between them, the attractive forces are very low. Suppose if we consider this is a vessel in which the gas particles are placed, we can see the gas particles occupying a large distance between each other. The space between the two gas particles is very large. So when the space is very large, the nucleus of the first atom, nucleus of the second atom will not have greater interaction between each other. So the attractive force between the particles is very low. So gases show very low intermolecular forces and they show very high intermolecular spaces. And gas particles can move with high velocities. It's because they move with high velocity or high speed. It's because intermolecular forces are very low. One atom and the other atom are not holding each other with a greater force. In such case, each particle is free from each other. Particles are free from each other, so they can move with high velocities. And when the gases are allowed to mix with each other, they mix very easily. They mix with each other very easily and form homogeneous mixture. They form homogeneous mixture. For example, if we have two cylinders of N2 and O2 and we released N2 gas and O2 gas in a particular room, we see within no time nitrogen gas will combine with O2 gas, and we cannot even say how much nitrogen is there and how much oxygen is there and where the nitrogen and oxygen are present. So they combine so fast and completely with each other, they form a so that they form a homogeneous mixture. This property of moving of gases from high concentration to a low concentration is called diffusion. Diffusion arises in gases mainly because of their low intermolecular forces between the one gas particle and the other gas particle. Because of the space is large, they show low intermolecular forces, or because they show low intermolecular forces, their spaces are high and they can move freely with high velocity, and readily they can combine with any other gas and forms homogeneous mixture. This property of diffusing or moving the gas freely or expanding the gas freely from one place to the other, high concentration to low concentration, high pressure to low pressure, this process is called diffusion. Diffusion is shown mainly by gases. Liquids also can show to some extent, but solids will not show the diffusion property. These are the few characteristics of gaseous particles. In the next video, we'll discuss in detail about the intermolecular forces and its types.